What cost more, the marriage or the divorce?
The marriage, actually. The venue alone, which you attended, beautiful venue, as you recall, 18,000 for one day. How much was catering? 20? That's 38.
The entertainment was free though.
Entertainment was free, thank God. Some amazing entertainers. There was a lot of other things that I can't even think off the top of my head. Must have spent about 50 grand or more on the wedding. Crazy. The divorce, shout out to We the People on 14th Street. For people who can't afford lawyers, they help you out. The total cost with them is just under $1,000. So I raised like $600 on Instagram through my friends. Yep. I believe you donated, thank you. And I raised that money like in a day. So shout out to all my friends for taking care of me. The New York City community have taken care of Ed Malone.
I donated my time for the wedding and my money for the divorce.
Yes.
There's a joke in there somewhere. This is Steven Sahelnik. It's one half of Sad Money, and today I'm here with
Ed Malone is my name.
Ed. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm honored to be here. This podcast is so good.
Thank you. There's some spit on the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'll try not to spit on the mic.
No, you're good. We're gonna start it off hot.
Okay.
We're gonna come in with the burning questions.
Okay.
Do you believe in capitalism?
Well,
First, are you a capitalist?
Well, here's the thing. So, like, back in the day, I was a communist.
What's back in the day mean?
Back in the day, I guess from like, well, literally, I was in a party from like 2011 to 2016. But before that, as a kid growing up, I was like, oh yeah, revolution, baby, you know, down with capitalism, like we need equality, all that stuff.
Can I ask where you grew up?
I grew up in Cork City in Ireland,
Ireland.
Republic of Ireland.
Is communism more accepted there?
I wouldn't say so much. I mean, it's like it's a thing. I mean, we talk about like class issues a lot in Ireland. I guess more than in America.
Yeah.
Well, that's become a thing in America now. But like, yeah, I did grow up with like a class consciousness. I would say, like, you know, like aware, like, oh wow, like class, like divisions and how inequality and all that. So like, I mean, that is something you're kind of conscious of in Ireland and England. I would say, you know what I mean? In those kind of European countries. Yeah.
So what, I guess, struck you when you moved to America then? Like, what were these big differences then that you saw and you were like, wow?
Well, I have to be frank, and I love the gayness. I really enjoyed like how openly gay people were in America. And as someone who I actually just recently announced that I'm considering to going back to being bisexual. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I dabbled in gayness in my late teens, early 20s in Ireland. But no disrespect to the Irish, man. It wasn't for me.
Why would that be disrespectful to the Irish?
Well, you know, they're not as hot as the American dudes, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'll let you know if it tastes the same as it did in the late 90s. Hey,
you heard it here first.
Have you got like a pride flag? Oh.
We don't.
Alex, we need a pride flag. Jesus, this is our pride.
The green flag. Okay.
Yes. Go. Well, Ireland, right? Yeah.
It's true. Let's go back to the communism, because it's very like interesting.
Yeah, totally.
We haven't really heard about what made you a communist. Yeah.
Right. Well, I like inequality, but like the thing about it is, I think not a lot of people know this, like. Because I feel like a lot of people out there have this very simplistic view of communism.
Yeah.
And they look at someone like Stalin in Russia, and they're like, oh, Stalin and Lenin, and they were all the same. But that's actually not true. So, like, you really need to study. Wow, I'm going into history teacher here. But, like, you really need to, if you look at Russia specifically, you really need to study the history of the Russian Revolution. Because in 1917, Lenin and Trotsky led this revolution. And then Stalin betrayed it. Stalin actually betrayed the revolution. And Lenin, on his deathbed, actually said, this guy should be nowhere near the head of the movement. Okay. And this is actually factual. And the reason why it failed in Russia also is because it didn't spread internationally. Communism is all about internationalism. You can't have socialism or communism in one country. That will bomb. That will fail. That's a fact. In 1923, there was also a failed revolution in Germany. If that revolution succeeded, the world we're living in right now would have been totally different. There would have been no Hitler. We might actually have peace on the fucking planet. Excuse my language, but that's a fact. And like I identified, as a Trotskyist. So like not a lot of people know.
What does that mean? Yeah.
It's like Leon Trotsky, this guy. We're going to pause for to actually engage in our bisexuality.
What's a
That's how bisexual
wow, they
I
caught
am.
it. You caught us on camera, folks. All right.
That was not misogynist.
This is life. This is God, honestly.
God was like, yo, are you sure you're gay, Ed? But no, so Trotsky...
What is Trotskyism? Yeah.
Trotskyism is international socialism. It's basically taking Marxism to the next level, in that, like, emphasizing the importance of a revolution worldwide, not just in one country. This is why so many people like have this negative attitude towards communism. Oh, communism failed, blah blah blah. But there's reasons why it failed. You know what I mean? You can't just dismiss something. All that being said, I got to be real with you. Back in 2016, I went through some intense shit in my personal life, so I just quit. And now I'm just another capitalist, basically. And I gave up because I'm a pussy. I was a weak communist. I was a weak revolutionary.
That's such an interesting way to put it. You're a weak communist.
Yes.
Because, I mean, I think with capitalism, no one thinks of it as I'm a strong. Well,
right. Yeah.
Maybe
Unless
a couple.
if you're making a lot of money, I guess you're a strong capitalist, right?
Right.
But
even I think the people who think they make a lot of money, they really don't make a lot of money.
Right.
Which is what's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. I mean, who does make a lot of money? Really, is most money inherited? You know what I mean?
I mean, technically, yeah. If the top 1%, 0.01% owns over 50% of the wealth.
As we know, they're all reptiles.
You said something that made me want to ask about this. So, you're now a capitalist.
Yeah. Well, as Trotsky said, I gotta live in this world too, baby. He didn't put the baby in it yet. I added that, but that's actually a quote. Because Trotsky was yeah, you gotta be idealistic, but at the same time, you have to do things in the world that you're living in. So you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm a capitalist.
Okay.
Hashtag facts.
Okay. And what spurred that decision to make the change? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
No, totally. Totally subjective. I didn't want to go out in the snow and hand out flyers in the Bronx and be join our little party. I don't want to be mean to people who were in that party, but it was a really small party, and we're trying to build an international movement. Yeah. And then people calling me a pinko to my face and spitting on me. So it's tough out there, man. And I was okay, I gotta quit. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna sit at home and focus on my art, because I'm an artist too, and just yeah. So I turned my back on politics and became a hippie, which I think I always was. I'm a hippie.
You rid yourself of the shackles of communism and politics.
Because I believe in one love and all that shit. Let's just love each other and
Yeah, it's
And I'm more of a conspiracy guy these days. If I'm real, I'm kind of more of a conspiracy guy these days.
I think they're one and the same.
What, conspiracies on communism, on capitalism,
and politics? Yeah.
Totally. I just feel like a lot of what we see in the news today might be photoshopped.
I mean, with AI, it's starting to happen for sure.
Totally possible, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of our viewers, our podcast is about capitalism.
Right.
A lot of our viewers believe in capitalism. Personally, I believe in capitalism too, to a extent. What would you want to say to them? Because they're very hostile towards people who are socialists or communists, and they really only think it's their way or the highway. And I'm trying to be empathetic. Right. Yeah. Did you understand what I'm saying?
I totally do.
Yeah.
I would say to them, yo, let's meet in the middle. Let's share the wealth. You know what I mean? I know you're oh yeah, but I worked hard and I blah, 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 blah. But what if you, if you're a rich capitalist and you see a hot girl who has socialist ideals and you really want to date her and you really want to make love to her, aren't you going to then share the wealth? You know what I mean? That would be my question to them. You know what I mean? Are you just going to because I feel a lot of the well, I'm getting kind of misogynistic here. A lot of the kind of I'm digging myself a hole.
No, you're good.
The hot women are always humble women. Quote me on that. That's pro women.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Because they have good old-fashioned values. They know how to mother a lover. I mean, a lot of men want to be mothered, and they get that, And they know how to mother you. We want to be mothered.
Interesting.
I mean, you know what I mean? I even want to be mothered as a bisexual by some guy right now, so whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I feel like a lot of the kind of the go-getter women, like, I'm going to get political, like Hillary, are kind of like psychotic, you know what I mean? It's like, you want to stay away from that, you know?
Well, she's technically she's a reptile.
Totally. She's not even real, yeah.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah. We want to, like, live in a world that's chill. Like, if you want to, like, be ruthless with your money and all that, that's your choice, I guess. But at the same time, you want to, like, love your fellow person, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Show compassion to the person who disagrees with you. That's how we're going to progress in the world, right? If you want to get on a deep level. That's what we're seeing a lack of now, a lack of empathy. Like, you know, I just, like, walked away from social media, like, because, like, you know, it feels like every contrary opinion is, like, being shut down instead of, like, listening respectfully to each other.
Yeah.
I love having friends who I disagree with shit on. You know, that's what makes life beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to agree with, like, I feel like, well, now liberalism is kind of becoming fascism because, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't disagree with me. Let's toe the line. Let's all agree on this perspective. Like, it's
even me, I'm not liberal, and me saying I'm not liberal would be seen as a negative.
It's triggering, because what, are you a crazy right-winger, you know?
Yeah.
But you're neither of those things.
It's
right?
weird that that's the jump that people make.
Exactly. If you're not liberal, you're a crazy, extreme right-wing QAnon person or whatever, like, which is crazy because, you know, it's not like one way or the other.
Yeah.
You know, that's not how life is. That kind of binary thinking is crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you were saying social media, I think that helps exacerbate it.
Oh yeah, and it's very conscious, you know. It's like the old divide and conquer thing, right? It's like it's a tale as old as time. Like you see, like I can hear the ruling class laughing at us.
Yes.
They're like looking down on us. Oh, they're fighting amongst themselves again. Yay. You know what I mean? That's what they want instead of us being united. And that's what I believe the pure original communism, socialism was about. Like uniting people to overthrow the ruling class. But that's very hard to do when there's constant divisions.
You know what social media is? I just thought of this. Social media is you always have that fucking class that you go to, and you go into class every day and you fight the bully.
Right.
But you've already graduated high school and you don't need to go back to class anymore. But you keep going back to class every goddamn day.
Right.
Even though you don't need to do it.
Right.
But every day you're like, I want to go back to class. I want to see how it is. Wow. That's what it is.
It's like addiction, yeah.
You know you're going to get in a fight.
That's so true. And like, you know, I have an addictive personality. I don't mind saying this. Like, you know, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I got sober when I was like 25.
Congratulations.
Which is amazing. But like, the thing about that is, like, I always say to people, you know, you still have the personality.
Yes.
You might stop drinking and you might stop doing drugs.
Yeah.
You still have the, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to go on Instagram now and whack off that girl, that, you know, that I loved 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
It is, It is what makes some of the best artists in the world, though.
Oh, obsessive personalities?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Yes.
I am an obsessive personality. Had quite a dramatic year. Let me know if I'm sharing too much. But
No, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that shortly. Yeah.
I have one other question around this. Wait for the dog to pass. That's a cute dog.
Beautiful dog.
Very beautiful dog.
He's got headphones on. So
That's an expensive dog too. That definitely he paid for that.
He definitely
breeder.
paid for that dog,
That was a $2,000 dog that walked by.
the young man was quite attractive too, but whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I was
probably straight.
just looking at the dog, but that's bad. Yeah, sure. He was attracted to. As a reformed
I
communist.
thought you were going to say as a reformed homosexual. Okay. Or heterosexual. Okay. Sorry.
As a reformed communist.
Yes.
What do you think about capitalism?
So here's the thing, like I do genuinely think like it's on its deathbed, and like, you know, and people say, what do you mean by that? Where's your evidence? Well, like, obviously there's a war going on right now, like a lot of people are unemployed, a lot of people like find it hard to make ends meet, you know, poverty everywhere. Honestly, if it could work for everyone, I'd be with it.
Right.
But like, I don't see the evidence of it working for everyone, you know?
Right.
And that's the thing. But that being said, if I blow up as an artist or whatever, if I like win the lotto tomorrow, like, hey, I'll take my money and I'll run away, you know what I mean?
But here's my question, because the way you're already thinking is, once you have enough money to be comfortable, what are you going to do with the additional money? Because yeah.
Oh, well, give it to friends.
Ex-
That's
Yeah.
the socialist in me, where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, I have a lot of artistic friends like yourself and others. Like, one of my dreams, actually, I'll share this. Like, you know, I act and I teach and I do a lot of things, but one of my dreams is actually to be like an executive producer, like to fund my friends' projects.
Yeah.
Because I have so many friends in New York City who are so talented, but nobody knows who they are, really, you know?
Yeah.
And they've been plugging away for years. So that is actually something that I would do. I would like fund artistic projects, give
Yeah.
back that way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
I know you would, yeah.
Yeah. It's like beyond being able to have a family and support your friends, it's like that is the point of having additional money.
Right.
Is to
Right.
be giving back in whatever way.
Totally.
Yeah. Does money play an important part in relationships, in your relationships?
Well, you could ask the ex-wife that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I, at the end of June, after only 8 months married, my wife told me, quote, "I no longer find you attractive and we are incompatible." And she ended the relationship. There were no signs of this at all. So to answer your question though, like, she never explicitly brought up that point, but I feel like it probably was an issue. Like, I'm very like living by the seat of my pants. Is that the expression? Like, you know, I'm a adjunct professor in a couple of colleges. I teach a class in the city like once a week. I do a few acting jobs here and there, non-union acting jobs now, obviously. So like, I'm not making fucking thousands and millions of dollars right now, you know.
But you have a job making money doing your...
surviving, doing what I love, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, like, I guess subconsciously, I know in previous relationships that weren't, it wasn't as much of an issue, but then again, I say that, but maybe it does play on people's subconscious.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just for the record, I would have hung in there with my ex-wife, but like, she made the call. I'll never know if that was specifically about money. Maybe incompatible implies some kind of financial thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it can play a part. Because I won't lie to you, of course, like, there's something in me, my ego or whatever, that like, oh man, I want to take care of the girl or whatever. Like, you know, that's a manly, masculine thing, tale as old as time.
Yeah. And it's not just an American thing.
Oh, no. It's actually, I would say it's more hardcore in Europe. Like, growing up, where I was growing up, it was expected, and I kind of bombed, like, throughout my life, and I was seen as some kind of
Me
weirdo.
too, buddy.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes. Definitely seen as a freak. So I kind of obviously embraced the fact that I was a freak by becoming an artist. But like, and I think women expect it too. I know that might sound offensive to some women. I'm not saying all women expect it, but I do think women, and I can't really speak to gay relationships yet, but you know, I think women expect, like, oh, she's taking me out, like, you know. I mean, I won't name any names, but like, after like maybe my breakup with my wife, like I just kind of spontaneously kind of hooked up with someone briefly, and it was like, you know, there was this like expectation that I begged for everything, you know, when we hung out, like even just buying fucking ice cream or whatever, or like, you know, tea. And I'm not criticizing that. It was just like, and I kind of took the lead. I was like, oh, here we go. I gotta spend money here. Great, I'll be the man. Just going through a divorce, but hey, throw down the cash. You know, wild times. But like, just one more thing on that, with the ex-wife thing. Like, I mean, I'm in debt and she's in debt. Like, during COVID, we both got way behind in rent, and I owe my ex-landlord $9,000. I think she owes 13 or something like that, which is really hilarious.
Wait, that's does the landlord know you're divorced?
The landlord does know we are getting a divorce, yes, he does know. And he's pretty chill about it. He texted me about it. It was like very apologetic, saying, oh, sorry about the thing, but you do have to still pay the. I was like, sure, no problem, man. One day I'll figure that out.
Why did she owe more?
Because we figured it out because during our relationship, there were times in our relationship where I actually paid the rent more, like the entire rent a few times.
I see.
With my off-Broadway acting wage. LOL. Which, I'm not, $600 a week for an off-Broadway contract. You know what I mean? Hey,
It's something, yeah.
it's doing something you love. I'm not,
Yeah.
but it's like, hence wanting to act on film and TV more. You can understand for the viewers who don't know the disparity between
Yeah.
like theater wage and film and TV. I've just given you an example of
Yeah.
that.
I mean, the whole union strike's going on in the summer.
That's obviously screwing a lot of actors who want to act on film, but there's still a great non-union work you can get.
Yeah.
Shout out to the non-union like filmmakers,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
that's not scabbing. Like, that's just working non-union jobs that don't pay as well, but
yeah.
keep you alive and
in
busy.
this environment, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Hold on, let's just.
Totally. I'll keep
You're
back
good.
with it.
You're
Yeah,
good. You're good. So, more questions, if you don't mind, about your deeply, deeply personal life.
Totally. Go
You're
balls
okay
deep.
with that?
Yes,
Okay.
totally.
I'll go balls deep, as they say.
I'm really alienating a lot of people now, but we could talk about that later.
You know what? I think more people are going to relate to this than we might think.
Alienation? Oh yeah, they will. Yeah. You know when when you impulsively do things that are crazy. But let's go back to the divorce first.
Okay.
So I made some decisions after my divorce that were really stupid. Okay.
Hold on. We want to hear that.
Yeah.
But let's center it.
Yes.
So my question is this. What cost more, the marriage or the divorce?
You know what? The marriage, actually. The marriage, like the venue alone, which you attended, beautiful venue, as you recall,
Yeah.
18,000 for one day. So we spent $18,000 on the venue alone. So, how much was the catering?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
So that's 38.
The entertainment was free, though.
Entertainment was free, thank God. Some amazing entertainers. So what? Up to 40 grand. There was a lot of other things that I can't even think off the top of my head. Must have spent about 50 grand or more on the wedding.
What?
Crazy. So the divorce, shout out to We the People on 14th Street. I couldn't afford to go through a lawyer, and like God bless my ex-wife. She was kind of we broke up in like end of June, and I was like waiting. I was like texting her, should we do this or whatever, and she was like, oh, there's other things that are more important. I guess she was more focused on the whole situation with her rent or whatever, and I got a bit frustrated. And finally, I was like, okay, after a couple of months, I'm like, I'm going to do this all myself. So We the People, this wonderful organization on 14th Street, for people who can't afford lawyers, they help you out. The total cost with them is just under $1,000. It's like 900 and something.
Wow.
So I raised like $500, over maybe $600 on Instagram through my friends.
Yep.
I believe you donated. Thank you.
I did donate.
A lot of kind friends like donated like $20 here, $20 there, and I raised that money like in a day. So shout out to all my friends for taking care of me.
That's right.
The New York City community have taken care of Ed Malone.
And let it be known, I donated my time for the wedding and my money for the divorce.
Yes.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
There is a joke and there's no facts, and I'm sorry I wasted everyone's time. Because like 8 months later, we're done. But
It's not wasting time. It's a chapter in your life.
it's a chapter in my life.
Yeah.
It was quite a dramatic wedding. A lot of people got offended. My uncle called me a disgrace to my face because of some of the entertainment on the night, which is always, hey, it's part of the folklore of Ed Malone right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the wedding cost a lot more than the divorce, which is crazy. And we're still waiting, obviously, everything, all the paperwork is signed right now.
Yeah.
But we're still waiting for the official word. It's going to take I think the turnaround is like a year, which is
Yeah.
crazy. But hey, we're almost there. Peace out to everybody,
What does that make you think of this whole process of marriage
Great
in
question.
America?
Yeah.
Just going through all of that.
Well, a friend of mine recently called me out on this. He wasn't like calling me out, but he was like just pointing out to me and he was also married and he also went through a divorce, but he was like saying, did you really want to do that ever again? Because when you think about it, and this is going back to the communism, I guess, you're attaching yourself to the state. You're you're signing, you're putting you're attaching yourself to the government in a way by getting this legal, weird contract thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't think these things through because I was going through my phase where I'm marrying a woman and I'm going to be a normal guy and I'm going to have kids. And I'm going to prove to my family that I can do the normal thing. You know what I mean? I think that was going out of my subconscious.
Yeah. I
wanted
know exactly what you mean.
I wanted to
Yeah.
prove to the world that even though I'm a freak, I can be a normal guy. And, so I didn't even think these things through. But I think going forward to your question, I do think I'll hopefully think twice after really, 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 really know for sure that the next one isn't going to say after 8 months, I no longer find you attractive.
So,
I mean, there's no guarantees. How can I guarantee that? That's
Right.
crazy. Like, you know.
but is there anything you could any lessons you could pass along to our viewers, maybe also with that too?
I would say, you know, yeah, like I said, just be 1,000% sure that this is right for you. And also, like, after you, like, let's say before you propose, talk through some tough questions. Have a conversation with her or him. You know what I mean?
Green flag right there.
Yeah, the tough questions, aka like whatever. Do you want to have kids? Talk about finances. Hey, you have to have a conversation about money because you have to know, is it an issue or is it not?
Yeah.
Because my relationship, it was so like vague. It was like I feel like we were both acting like it wasn't an issue. You know what I mean? And then it kind of like comes hurtling down because I was freaking the shit out before the wedding with the costs.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell are we doing, you know? So you have to be really clear on a bunch of issues. I would say kids, money. Yeah, do you know for sure? Do you really, really want to do this? Are there any issues? Does anybody still have strong feelings for their ex? Oh my God. Which I suppressed. I have to hold my hands up there. Oh my God. Anyway, it didn't matter because I was committed. She left me. Whatever. But yeah, that was in my subconscious. I did have strong feelings for my ex.
Right.
Who I think now thinks I'm a crazy stalker, so I apologize. Jesus Christ. Please don't hate me. I hope we can be friends again one day. All right. Okay, but I've really alienated, I think, a lot of people.
No, you haven't.
Whatever. Anyway,
You're good.
but hey, yeah. But you know what? I went through the experience, and I'm glad I did. And I'll live to fight another day. My mom, can I say a funny quote from my mom? When I told my mom about the breakup with the divorce, the first thing my mom said, I think this is related to your wonderful podcast, she said, and it's like, I pissed my pants laughing, she was like, if I die tomorrow, just make sure she doesn't get half. I was like, that's genius, Mom. My mom is box office. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
She is, yeah.
It's great.
That's a movie star quote.
It's a movie star quote from my mom. What a legend.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, here I am today, bisexual.
So are there differences in the quality of life between America and Ireland?
Totally. First of all, even though this is not directly quality of life, I do think it affects quality of life. You are more positive. You believe in yourselves more, which I think affects the quality of life. Because Irish people like, I can't do it, and I still fall back into this trap, you know, which can lead to depression and leads to lots of crazy stuff. And obviously it's raining a lot in Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we live in New York City, which is like, has everything. The way people think, I think, is far more progressive here.
Yeah.
I know it really sounds like I'm shitting on Ireland, but I'm not. Like, I mean, Irish people are very humble, which is a beautiful thing too. But like the quality of life, I would say, like, well, it's a debatable question about the food.
Yeah.
You know,
Our food is poison,
Yes.
Yeah.
The food is arguably better in Ireland, you know. It depends what you're looking for. Sure, you'll have a more tranquil experience. Like, it'll be more peaceful in Ireland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you could, you know, well, I get this in New York anyway, but like, everyone will talk to you in Ireland, you know?
Yeah.
You'll have a good, you know, no one will like avoid you on the street, or no one will like
Yeah.
brush past you. Like, you can connect with people and stuff like that. But yeah, and there's stuff to do. Like, you know, if you live outside of the city, you can go on great hikes. The countryside is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a great place to retire to.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Ireland.
I mean, rural Ireland, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, of course, bought a house in West Cork before he died. I don't know if a lot of people knew this.
No.
A lot of famous people buy houses in West Cork. West Cork's I'm from Cork City, but West Cork is a beautiful place to live. There's so many great spots.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not gonna like completely piss on Ireland, but I just had to leave because
Yeah.
of, I guess, what I do and like the small town thing, and also I was really depressed
Yeah. Yeah.
living there, you know.
So, another question. This is maybe more than financial related, but similar to we were asking Sam. But What's the most amount you've had in your bank?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
20 grand maybe.
Okay. And then what did you spend that on?
On my ex-wife. and and eating. I think. I'm back eating meat. I'm eating grass-fed meat now, but I was vegan for 7 years, so I probably spent a lot of it on food,
Okay.
mental health stuff. Like I work with an amazing life coach, so I spent it on that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't all like wasted. I think I spent it on good stuff because I don't drink and I don't do drugs
Yeah.
anymore. So like, yeah, I spent it on like taking care. But as we know, obviously 20 grand goes like that in New York City.
Yeah.
It's like gone.
Yeah, it really does.
Blink of an eye. It's not a lot of money.
So then opposite, what's the brokest you've ever been?
Oh yeah, $12 in the account,
$12.
or maybe
Okay.
yeah, and at that point,
Yeah.
it was just like, wow, where am I? What am I doing? And
Yeah. Yeah. You made it through though.
I made it through somehow, with a little help from my friends. You know what I mean? That's the thing again. Just to go back to like communism, togetherness.
Yeah.
But I will say this: a lot of capitalists are good people who do want to help out their brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, $12. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Beautiful moment. So I've never been good at saving money. I'm just like an artist who just lives check to check. And
Well, we can't take it with us when we die.
That's true. But I am convinced I'm going to be rich.
It's a mindset, like you said.
It's a mindset. I will be rich one day.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows when that will be, but I'm sure it will come soon. Like something will blow me up.
It's just a mindset.
Yes.
You got to visualize it.
Yes.
Visualization is important. You see it.
Visualize, meditation, visualization, I'm into all that stuff, Getting out of the broke mindset. On a spiritual note, there's a book I recommend.
What? What's the book?
There's an amazing book by a woman called Tosha Silver, and the book is called It's Not Your Money. And like the ideology in the book is like having this chill attitude towards money.
Yeah.
If I have it, spend it. If I lose it, so what?
Yeah.
Basically, the whole point of the book is to not freak out.
Yeah.
And she gives you some tips on how you can grow money. I think having a clean environment is a very good idea.
Okay.
Anytime I've ever made money,
Yeah.
my apartment has been clean.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Because the clutter, will
Yeah.
get you into a cluttered mindset.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also a great mantra that I recommend, and it goes like
Yeah.
this. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. Say it with me now. It's easy for me to receive. Because a lot of people are not comfortable actually receiving.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Have you
Yeah.
So how can you get money if you're not comfortable receiving the love and the
From the world.
The
around
world,
you.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
because if you open your heart, a lot of people will give to you. Just
Yeah.
be positive.
That's beautiful.
That's the thing. People get tight around money.
Yeah, they do.
I
they,
do.
They don't want to talk about it.
Right.
They don't be open with it.
But it's currency. It's about flowing.
But
You got to
people
go.
judge you differently based on a number. That's the thing.
People judge you based on the number you have in
They
your
do.
bank account.
Yeah. Even if you don't judge yourself based on it, other people will make assumptions.
Right. No, I totally get that. But I guess it's up to us to not take those judgments on board. Just
Facts.
thank you for sharing. Moving on.
Is there anything that you want to leave our viewers with? Maybe my final question.
I do believe in, I don't know if crypto, but I do believe that there will be alternatives
Yeah.
to the current banking system.
Yeah.
I do believe that. And I think we can figure it out. We as a people can figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just trying to be optimistic for the sake of it. I really positively believe that the current banking system is going to crash.
Yeah.
It's a dead end,
Yeah.
and we have to figure things out, and we will. Because I think there's really good people in the crypto world.
Yeah.
I've actually met one.
Yes.
He's a good man. And but they get screwed over by the Illuminati just like we all do. You know what I mean?
And the scammers,
The schemers,
SBF. all
Yeah,
of them.
exactly. They get co-opted, taken over, and it's
Yeah.
But like, I do think there's hope for us all. You know, I do think there's hope for us all with money, because here's the thing: it is possible to live in a world where we are all financially comfortable. That is especially with all the money like going to war and all that. Like, why is so much money going? Look,
What will it take for us to get there?
What will it? Might be a revolution. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I'd rather a peaceful thing at this point in my life. And like, I think the pavements need to be fixed. What's up with that? You know, you could spend all this money in a war, but you can't fix the pavement.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it is.
Also, I would say to your viewers, drink raw milk.
I've actually heard great things about
Raw milk is great, and it's crazy that it's illegal in some parts of the country.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, it's great that weed is legal, but like, raw milk has great nutrients, and it should be legal. And it's great for your heart and your soul.
Yeah.
And have a grass-fed diet. Eat meat.
Eat meat, drink milk, be open to receiving.
Yes, it's easy for you to receive.
It's easy.
And me too.
Let's say it together to end this. It's easy for me to receive.
That was amazing.
Ed Malone,
That was fun.
thank you very much.
My God.